Howdy y'all, it's Chris with Show Up Fitness, your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Today we're going to be talking about the very controversial hashtag HAES. Before we do that, make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. If you want to become a trainer, San Diego, La Jolla, September 17th. May get pushed back another week due to some permit issues in Los Angeles, October 14th. So let's talk about this. Hashtag HAES and why is it bullshit? We're going to talk about why it's bullshit, but then I'm going to give you an answer on why it's bullshit, and the answer is HAES, another one, hashtag. So, if you're not familiar with this, healthy at every size. And I'm sorry, but you cannot be healthy at every size, because if you, let's take a pin real quick and just go off basic BMI, 18.5 to 24.9 is considered healthy, 25 to 29.9, and then we have less than 18.5 is underweight. So let's take a look at this U-shaped curve, because if you are bulimic or anorexic and you have a BMI of 15, I'm sorry, but you're not healthy. If you have a BMI of greater than 25, studies have shown that your chances of diabetes, cancers, heart attack, a lot of issues that are going to give you an early death are going to come up. So we have this U-shaped curve, pretty much everything in life. So the answer is not saying it's healthy. It's to identify why do we even have this hashtag now. And here's my philosophy, and I could be completely wrong, but I think it comes from the bikini world and the NPC, National Physique Committee, where you have these individuals, and stereotypically it's girls. I've worked with girls and I've helped prep them for shows, and a lot of coaches simply are idiots. And what they do is they work with 1,000 girls, and 20 of them get in amazing shape, and they get a cool little sword. They won first overall, and everyone wants to be like that individual, and they follow their plan. If you're not familiar with what a lot of these individuals are eating during their showcasing, it's tilapia, it's chicken, it's asparagus, and a little bit of brown rice, and you literally eat that for like 20 weeks, and it's disgusting. And you lose a bunch of weight because you're exercising a shit ton. Not only are you doing terrible splits, but also an hour plus of cardio. And on top of that, you're eating like 1,000 calories. I did the macro breakdown, and the total energy that one of my competitors was consuming when she was doing a plan from this top coach in Northern California, by the way, is an idiot, but he was having her consume 800 calories. She thought she was getting closer to 1,500. And that's just her ignorance, his stupidity, and a lot of the girls that he was working with are taking steroids. And so when you take steroids and you're in this environment of very, very low calorie, you pretty much have the Mario star. You're going to be perfectly all right. So what about the girls who are not taking steroids? Their mindset just gets wrecked. And so what happens is after the show, they look glorified online, they look amazing, they're all happy on there, they got all the pictures, they post it on Instagram, yay. But then what happens is afterwards they put on 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. I knew this one girl, she literally put on close to 40 pounds in less than a month. It's because if you're eating 1,000 calories and you're hating life and you're exercising, this is just the total daily energy expenditure equation, and you're exercising a ton, and then you just do a complete reversal where you don't exercise anymore and you start eating, the average American today is getting about 2,700 calories. So if you go from 1,000 to 2,700, which is probably even more than that, probably closer to 4,000 and 5,000 what I've seen. And so you're getting an extra 4,000 calories per day. So you're going to put on a ton of weight, and what happens is your mindset is just very negative, and you're hating life. And the one thing that you do love is food, because it makes you feel better. And then you start putting on all this weight, and you look at yourself, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so unhappy. And so then we start getting into these individuals who are putting programs out there. You need to be healthy at every size. So this is where I call bullshit, is because it's not healthy. I'm all for being happy, and that's what we need to address. So how can we be happy at every size? It comes down to our society's all fucked up because you have all these stick models on Sports Illustrated, and it's kind of cool to see that change, and you're seeing the evolution of plus size models. And so what's happening from a little person or a little girl or guy, more so girls, their psychology and their mindset is being exposed to a better scenario Whereas if you're growing up in the 80s and 90s and you see all these just stick figures, you think that's normal and that's what you inspire to be because you think that's what you need in order to be accepted by society, which is bullshit. It's not the case by any means. It's about loving who you are, which is so hard today with social media. So I think the big picture, what we need to do, and I'm super excited about the evolution, and now we have plus size models and we have a change in the whole the model industry little by little. It's still terrible, but they're getting a lot better. They're trying to change it. And so healthy at every size is not the answer. Happy at every size. And you're going to need to get a psychologist, you need to get a dietitian, you need people that are way smarter than me to start addressing that bigger picture, which is happy at every size, because people are going to glorify their happiness with money, with objectification. They're happy and I'm so happy reading a book, and they're doing these poses for more likes. So there's so much corruption inside for individuals today, and social media is just glorifying that. So we need to eliminate the words that are negative. And by saying healthy at every size, that's a negative connotation, because I'm sorry, it's not. We need to be happy at every size. And that's going to take a lot of work. And I'm a big believer of working out, exercising regularly, because when you do a pull-up, one of the coolest things in the world, when you have a girl that comes in, she starts working, she can't do a pull-up, and she says, oh, I can never do a pull-up. And then she can do a pull-up, and you see that smile on her face afterwards, she's happy. And inside, she's saying, I can do it. And those are the stepping stones that we need to take as a culture to be successful. And stop going off of looks as being the way, oh, you need to be healthy at a certain, as a bikini competitor or as a model. That's healthy, because it's not. So we need to be happy and understand what true health is. It's sleeping regularly 7 to 8 hours. That's going to give you a good mindset. Working on your stress. How do you handle stress? Maybe you need to go see a shrink. Maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you need to detach from social media. You need to find how you can handle stress. Exercising regularly, we're a big believer of winning the week. So 4 times a week. And again, such a proponent of resistance training because of that feeling you get when you set a PR. I'm a track guy, so the cool thing about track is I'm competing against myself. Sure, you're going against other schools and other people, but at the end of the day, I want to set a PR. And that's why I love weightlifting so much, is because you can go to the gym and every single time you can set a PR. Not talking about doing a 1 rep max, that's stupid. But you can set a 10 rep max on the bench press. If a month ago you did 225 for 10 reps and you do it for 12, that's a huge success. It's a personal record. Maybe a month ago you did 1 push-up and now you're doing 10. You couldn't do a pull-up, now you can. You did 5 pull-ups, now you can do 10. You can do 10 pull-ups, now you can do 45-pound pull-up. We're constantly progressing. In weight training, it builds confidence. And I think that's going to help a lot with this and being happy at every size by finding avenues that are proper and not a scapegoat. By saying that I'm overweight or obese, I need to just be okay with that. That's a slippery slope, because your longevity on this planet isn't going to be very long. Because you're going to be more likely to have high blood pressure, your heart's going to get jacked up, coronary artery disease, diabetes, and that is what really starts messing with the mindset. So my challenge to you is, wherever you're at in your current state, just do one thing differently. And that could be drinking more water. If you don't drink that much water, start having 4 or 5 glasses a day. Start getting towards 8, then get towards a gallon if that's specific for you. Exercise more. If you're not exercising right now, if you're at a big goose egg, go 1 day a week. And just do 20, 30 minutes. And just walk. That's fine. If you do not eat very well, if you're eating fast food, if you're a stress eater, I challenge you to aim for the 18 out of 21 of your meals being primarily a protein source and fruits and vegetables. By doing that, you're getting the nutrients your body needs. You can still have those other food sources, and that's the big problem I see with competitors, is they completely eliminate all processed foods, alcohol, sugar, all that stuff. So when you eliminate it completely, just remember what Mom and Dad did in high school. Don't you dare have sex. And what happened? Kids get weird, right? So when you tell someone no, you're messing with the mindset, and you're challenging, you're getting into the whole Pandora's box. So if you're competing, it's okay to have a Snickers bar. And Sohee Lee did a really cool prep, and she was able to place, and she did amazing. She had a Snickers bar every single day. So really, if we want this hashtag to go viral, we need to change the acronym. Happy at every size. Hopefully you guys like this. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Have a great day.